Welcome to this tutorial on unlocking your iPhone and moving it to a new carrier. In my case, I moved from AT&T to T-Mobile, repurposing an old iPhone 3GS that had been long paid off. This is part 3. If you haven't already, you should look at part 1 and part 2. As we go into part 3, we will assume that 1. Your iPhone has already been unlocked by the carrier. 2. You have completed the steps that are required to complete the unlock process using iTunes. 3, in my case, I had some SIM contacts that were on an even older phone that I wanted to put onto the 3GS as I moved it across from AT&T to T-Mobile. And now in this final tutorial, we are going to go through the steps to move your iPhone to a new cell provider, in my case moving from AT&T to T-Mobile. So here's my starting point going into T-Mobile to start service. I had my old iPhone 3GS. It was completely unlocked, having had the unlock request granted by the carrier and then completing the steps on iTunes. My contacts were on it. I was intending to keep my old phone number, which is no problem with number portability, and I had added some apps onto the phone, and I could continue to add apps at any time going forward. In order to set up my account with T-Mobile and keep my old phone number, here's what I needed to do. I needed my old phone number. I needed my AT&T account number, which you can find on your bill. I needed my AT&T PIN if you have one. Some people do, some people don't. I did not. If you want to know for sure, dial 611 and the AT&T person will tell you if you've set up a PIN or not. You'll need it if you do. And then finally I had my unlocked iPhone 3GS. Now when I went into the T-Mobile store, I was there to establish service. I needed them to give me a customer ID. I needed them to give me a new T-Mobile SIM card, and in my case they then gave me the number to the 24-hour number transfer center. They would have done all the transferring right there on site, but as I was going through this process of learning, I realized that there was a possibility that it would be after store hours to complete this, but they have a 24-hour center that allows you to transfer phone numbers, and so I ended up completing the final steps in the evening. So as I mentioned, I completed the final activation myself. I called the T-Mobile number at the transfer center, and I spoke with a real live human being who took all the information that I just enumerated for you, answered all my questions, and it was literally just a 10-minute call. And at that point, service started switching. I was able to make calls over the T-Mobile network right away using the iPhone 3GS, and over the next several hours, my old phone number was ported to the iPhone, and it could receive calls at the proper number. And about that time, the AT&T phone on the left stopped working and was no longer able to make calls. And on the 3GS, I could just see the T-Mobile insignia, and I knew that the transfer was complete. And that was it. The unlock and conversion was totally complete. I had an iPhone 3GS that I had purchased from AT&T that I was now using entirely on T-Mobile. I was getting a better deal on T-Mobile than I was getting on AT&T, and I was getting new use from a device that I already paid for. So good luck to you, and I hope this works for you. Enjoy, and don't forget to cancel your old service so you're not getting charged for 2 phone plans. Thanks, and good luck.